Today we're reviewing
Katie's Arctic Road Trip. She'd rather be having a kitty pedicure.
I do like all the girls. These are distinct, fun, interesting characters. They have different and complementary personalities, and it's fun to see them in new settings. Katie is also one of the humans who look great after the update, and her model is super pretty now. So, ignoring what's missed out, I really like what we do get. Aww, the baby seal is super cute. And this was a bit of a triumph for me. I'd made a guess long before the segment came out with this conclusion. Thus, I'm gonna make a prediction that these toys mean we'll see another road trip episode with seal pups. It feels pretty good when a prediction made comes true.
I love watching the Northern Lights.
Fundamentally a pretty setting that lends itself to eye candy.
Yeah. I think so.
Everest looks absolutely adorable in this lighting, and I love this outfit for her.
This girl's got a comb!
The pause, expecting Katie to deliver a catchphrase, was a cute, fun moment.
It's marshmallow time! My own pup-friendly recipe!
That was a sweet little dance for a pup with stubby little legs, and I appreciate that she quickly specified the marshmallows are pup safe.
So if you're ever camping and you find your treats missing, it just might mean Sweet Tooth is nearby.
You know, I genuinely think that might have made a whole lot of little kiddos cry. Not a negative point for my review though. It's great to see Everest ham it up, and the animators had fun here. I also kinda like that the story isn't even vaguely scary, which I actually feel is pretty in character. And it's also simply nice that there's time for this in a pup-focused segment.
Scrub a bubble. Make our friend all shiny. Bub a scrubble.
Little mini songs are always gonna be cute. This one's not super memorable, and come on girls, give harmonizing a go. But still, it's a welcome little addition. Being real, there's no way this works, but we don't need to be real in the cute kitty talking puppy show. Despite the many complaints I have about physics, including later in this very video. Katie being a resourceful little action movie star is great though, and she's more likable doing this stuff than Ryder is. Nicely animated little moment that's a great balance between cute and silly and keeping the tension up.
You're welcome. Whenever your marshmallow's in a sticky situation, just yelp for help.
Very cute. Maybe Ryder should rub noses with whoever he's rescued every segment just like this. Can you imagine the glorious cringe?
This is gonna be the best Arctic road trip ever.
This is maybe an overly specific gripe, but I was sad when this segment came out. Up until this, Ryder and Marshall had a spoken line in every single full-length segment in the show's entire history. Even if Marshall's line had been as little as "whoa," it was still a scripted line. Ryder's even in every single episode and every single 5-minute short. Up until this. They both snuck into the first two Sky's Road Trip segments, but here, alas, after more than 11 years, that streak has ended. And if you think Sky is the final remaining record holder, sorry, but she has many segments and even episodes with no lines. Just like that, there's no longer a single character who's spoken in every single segment. Well, with shorts discounted, Sky at least is the sole remaining character who has physically appeared in every single full-length segment. Yay, girl power.
Maybe we should call you Marshall Mellow.
Oh, Liberty. You saying it just makes it sting more. I did like the change of pace and fresh idea the first road trip script represented, but by the third, instead of these non-core characters feeling empowered, it just feels like segments where the theme is leaving out all the characters I like the most and come to the show to see. So that is to say, the exclusion begins to overshadow the inclusion.
Thanks for inviting us.
Super pretty as Katie is post-update, something about the stiffness of her upper lip has a Botox vibe to it.
Okay, everybody panic!
I still don't think Liberty's model looks very good, or has been brought up to the quality of the show post-update. This model has clearly been built up from the older show one, rather than made from scratch, and I feel like it was an attempt to polish an object unsuitable for polishing.
Sticky grabber!
I also can't see this dumb thing as a good idea. I respect that they wanted something different from all the other pups and a little unique, but this thing is just silly, ugly, and pretty nonsensical in how it works and what it can do. Sure, to an extent all the pup pack functions are magical tech, but this is way outside the established aesthetic and vibe. Alright, those were generally bigger picture points, not really specific to the segment story, so let's get to that now.
I told the seals that Marshmallow is safe.
Wait, how? What? See, this is where you could have had a little Marshall inclusion, calling him up, since he's, actually capable of doing this. Is Sky just hovering in her glider? Little things. Little things show you guys care or don't. On the rock? I don't know why they didn't just make this more snow, or maybe ice.
Wait up!
This doesn't look like it should result in safely sliding down. Youch.
He even smells like one.
In darker scenes, the nugget is definitely burnt. Kind of frustrating because Liberty has all the right fur tones for Sky. The cartoony action here didn't quite cohere. Rather than giving the impression of each action causing the next, it mostly looks like the seal pup just decides to slam tackle Katie. This expression makes me uncomfortable.
Gotcha! And I got the other one. Hold on!
Even if we're accepting they're small adult seals, those things weigh like 180 pounds or 80 kilograms. Sky in her helicopter would be a stretch, let alone a glider. And Everest's just tanking that thing. Why the heck did she do the jump instead of staying on the safe side? I think we can let this nitpick slide with the rule of cool.
A mini bubble bath? How's that gonna help? Not a bubble bath, a bubble distress signal!
I don't think that gets to pass with the rule of cool, though.
Follow me, sweet tooth!
Girl, that's not brave, that's just super dumb. Just let him eat that one, regroup, and if you need to lure him away later, use some other marshmallows. Which is what they end up doing anyway. This thing's been following you this whole time. You can just continue to stay ahead of it. By the third one, I didn't want any more road trips. It had gone from intriguing novelty to just feeling like the pups I want to see were getting artificially excluded. I'd have loved for them to at least get to peep in on the screen. But beyond that, this was a competently done segment with a nice picturesque setting, good character moments, a pup focus, a pleasant laid-back vibe, and some amazing Everest faces. The rescue was yet again the weak point with a lot of unlikely maneuvers and bad decisions. Part of me wanted to hate this, but it was pretty good. Overall, 7 out of 10. Though I'm glad to see the back of the road trip segments and hope we never get any more, since they felt like exclusion more than celebration. With 2 7 out of 10s and a 7.5 out of 10, there's no doubt this pseudo-subseries was decent. Alright, and if you'd like to see my review of the other Sky's Road Trip episode in Season 12, why not click here? Or since this episode was written by Michael Stokes, why not check out his truly classic and S-tier episode, Pup Save Friendship Day, reviewed right here. That's all for today though, and I'll see you guys again next time.